So let's diverge a little bit. So
Right.
we've understood a lot of microgrids, nanogrids. The question is that African ecosystem for business hasn't been friendly for a lot of people, especially in the energy space. You mentioned that at the start that the Power Africa scheme helped governments try to be a little more friendly to the private business sector. So how do you deal with governments, local communities, and other private companies in the marketplace? How do you manage them? How do you interact with in that complex and difficult ecosystem that so that you're able to do what you want your company has to do?
So, Mohammed, the short answer to that is you handle them patiently. Uh, Business development, business growth in Africa, I would say the key tenet would be to exercise patience and think about your business growth and development not as a sprint, but as a marathon. And take your incremental wins. Getting more specifically to how we have had to recalibrate um, based on some of the bureaucratic bottlenecks we've experienced over the years, was to take things down to their elemental tenets. And amongst those, we said, look, for example, um, it might take 2 to 3 years to develop a utility scale project. There is immediate demand for power amongst a very big population. Now, yes, it would be great to have these megawatts upon megawatts supplying hundreds of thousands of people on the one hand, but that would have to snake through the bureaucracy. Those hundreds of thousands of people still have an immediate power need. So, how do we rethink uh, our model from B to G to C, which is basically for us as a private sector business, supplying through government grid infrastructure, and then eventually to the end user? We said, why don't we look at the end user's power needs at their individual level, and are there solutions that we could supply therein? And with that, we formed a relationship with a company called Growart, which is one of the global leaders in residential PV and hybrid systems. And we began to look at supply of power at household level. And what we found over time is, yes, these systems were small, anything between 3 and 20 kVA, but one household at a time, we found that having now done hundreds and inching into thousands of systems, the aggregated supply of power that we were being able to achieve without the bottlenecks that exist within the bureaucracies, we were actually providing a meaningful collective quantum of energy. And so we took a B2C approach and maintained the slow process of the B2G2C dimension. And our mindset was that we work bottom up as well as top down, and eventually these two strategies will meet in the middle. And when they're meeting in the middle, it means that we have played our part in improving the energy paradigm in the territories in which we operate.
I mean, so I think the what I understand from this is it's about picking your battles, right? You pick the battle you can win, and you attack that certain problem from multiple angles to actually get to where you want to be.